If you're struggling to climb and feel like your teammates are keeping you stuck and there's nothing you can do, this is the video for you. Here are 10 mistakes keeping you in low elo. Let's hop to it. Mistake number 1, that's going to be refusing to flex. Now, even in GM, I am still getting players who are one tricks, and if they don't get their role or their character gets banned, they effectively play someone who just throws the game. It is a nightmare. Now, I'm not saying you need to know every character in the game, but if you can't get your role, learn to play someone else. They don't have to be the meta, just someone fun who can do the job properly. Mistake number 2, dying without your team. Now, the term for this is called staggering. You want to avoid this at all costs. Usually this happens on most domination maps when your team dies separately and they just keep rushing in, keep on dying, and therefore you never get a full push with your team again after the first push. So I highly recommend after you die, if your team's not fighting on the point, wait for everyone to respawn, group up, and then attack, as it's your best odds at actually gaining the point back. Mistake number 3, and that's going to be playing for rank instead of trying to learn. Now I get it, we all like to see those points go up after every win, but sometimes we realize we're not the actual skill level for the rank we're just trying to get. So we need to practice, but we can't get good practice in quick play, so we need to understand that when we're playing ranked, we may not win some of these games. We may lose, but that's in order to get better. Sometimes we get discouraged after loss, but you're not going to get better by not playing. Now I understand you need to take breaks for your mental, but if you're just refusing to play because you're scared of losing your rank, that's going to do you more pain in the long run. Mistake number 4, playing too many characters. Now I get it, we get bored after running the same character down and down again, but if you just want to play for fun, I highly recommend just take a break from ranked, go to quick play, experiment. But what I'm noticing with a lot of people in ranked, sometimes they'll get bored or one of their few characters get banned and they're, you know what, they're like, screw it, let me play Storm or let me play Iron Man just to mix up. They're not really playing for the win, they're really playing for the experience. And sometimes it's hard for them to realize that. And plus, if you're just a person who has a high character pool, you got to realize all the time you're putting into the game to master a certain character sometimes cannot be transferred over to other characters. More playtime you put on a few characters or even one character will lead to way more better results in the long run. Mistake number 5, and that is wasting resources. When I refer to resources, I refer to your abilities and their cooldowns, right? A lot of people I see waste these resources in even the highest level of play, whether that's GM lobbies, Eternal lobbies, or even some top 500 lobbies, right? They definitely happen at the lower lobbies. And what I mean by like wasting resources, I'm referring to like Luna players, right? Not just Luna players, but Luna players make a good example. They have an ability that helps freeze targets. Usually this is used when there's a lot of pressure being applied to the backline and you want to get someone off of you, right? But sometimes Luna players, after just not being able to use the ability for a long time, they'll just throw it randomly in the middle of the fight. And then they'll get dived and they'll be like, oh, well, no one peeled for me. Like, I understand people have to peel for supports, but some supports have some abilities to help fight off some of the dive. And it's important not to throw your abilities ways so you can better deal with most situations. And this can be applied to everything in the game. This can be applied to throwing your ultimates away, seeing no value with the ability. Just look before you use an ability, make sure you know why you're using it and make sure you're just not throwing it out there just for the hell of it. Also, just want to say a thanks if you're still watching this video. Any support is well appreciated. Like, comment, all that good stuff. But with that being said, let's get back to the video. Mistake number 6. Now, I'm going to be honest. I solo queue a lot. And I love solo queuing because it's fun. I like to shut off my brain and just practice on my mechanics. But I'll be real honest. I have 2x the playtime of some people in top 500. And that's mainly because I solo queue. I'm making this game a lot harder for me. Working with a teammate or playing with a trio, quad, anybody, if you can have a group of players, you can get together, focus on playing your main characters, calm to just the whole 9, you can easily win more games. Solo queue is hard mode rank. You gotta understand, and if you're someone who ranks solo a lot, you gotta understand, hey, I'm just making this harder. So if you have a friend or you know people you can queue with, hit them up, play with them, make this game a lot easier because after all, this is a team shooter. Now, mistake number 7. This is by far the one that will cost you the most ranked points, and that is tilt queuing. Cannot say this enough. I have put this in a lot of my tip videos for ranked. Tilt queuing will just destroy you. Understand your mindset. I know a lot of people have a good self-awareness about them and about their playstyle. If you lose 2 games back to back and you can see that your mental is not where it needs to be to play another ranked match, take a break. If you're refusing to flex and you're starting to argue with people, take a break. If your win streak has no wins on it, if you're queuing up the next match and you understand you're already frustrated, take a break. Like, I'm letting you know, Till Q will have people going from like diamond all the way to like plat 3. Or like for me, example, I went all the way from like, what was it, GM 3 all the way to diamond 3 at one point. There's people going from plat to gold. It is a terrible nightmare. Take a break. Understand, your mental's not where it needs to be to perform. It's okay, it happens to the best of us. Mistake number 8, using comms. Now I understand this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but for most people, you need the comms. They're not that self-aware, especially in the low elos. If you're a tank, your tank will overextend without realizing how far he is in front of the team. Your supports will get dived, and they won't let you know they're getting dived. And your DPS will just need hit. Well, no, your DPS will tell you they need heals. But scratch that. Most of the time, it's good to communicate your comms. And I'm not just talking about when you're in danger, but like also teaming up and stuff. Like if you're a Groot, you can call out, hey, anyone want to combo our ults together? You know, Groot and Moon Knight go well, Groot and Namor go well. But things like that, things to look out for. If you're good at shot calling enemies' ultimates, calling that out too. Like, hey guys, get ready, Psylocke's ulted. Or if you're running Luna and Mantis, letting Luna know like, hey, I'm gonna ult this time and you ult for the second time, you know? So you guys don't overlap your ults. Things like that will go a long way into winning matches. Mistake number 9 is autopilot. Now I get this, after playing the game for a couple hours on end, there's a certain mindset you kind of leak into when you're just running at anything in front of you. But we gotta step out of this. If you wanna climb, you gotta understand your role for whatever character you're playing or whatever role you're playing. Understand that I can't just be shooting at the tanks for DPS. I need to target the backline, or at least put pressure on the backline. If I'm a tank, I gotta understand when my supports need help. Maybe I should look to pill off. Or if I'm supports, like maybe I should hold my resources and not just throw them at the enemy team when I'm kind of bored, you know? Active thinking in each team fight or in each game will just lead to more wins. Autopilot is a secret killer. And if you're not aware of it, it will easily cost you a lot of points. Now we are here at the final mistake. Mistake number 10, time. With these games, it's going to take time with any of these tips I've given you before. And the mistake is thinking that it's going to be a very, very fast fix. Now, the reason there's a lot of good players at these type of games is usually because they're coming from similar games or just have a lot of good mechanical skill. Like you're going to see Diamond, GM, and Master player or Eternal players already in the high ranks. That's because they came from games like Overwatch that were very similar, where they've been playing on PC, FPS their entire life. You gotta understand, if you're someone who's stepping into this genre for the first time, or you're someone who just generally doesn't play these type of games on the PC, it's gonna take time to implement these type of rules. And that goes for the entire mistake list. Working on all your mistakes here, add time to the equation, and it'll just better fix all your problems. Keep that in mind. When you're losing, understand it's going to take time. Understand when you're not having the best of games, it's going to take time. These things do not happen fast. And that's going to do it for all the mistakes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Working on all these mistakes and fixing them will definitely lead to a higher win percentage overall in the long run. With Season 0 coming to an end, I hope these tips can easily help you as soon as the season starts. For Season 1, I'm looking excited to it. We got good characters dropping. We got the Fantastic Four coming. Hopefully we get some more, because there's this one character. I'm not going to spoil if you guys don't know about the leaks, but there's this one villain I really hope does make it to Season 1. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and y'all have a good rest of your day.